Have you ever felt like everything is changing? Like everything familiar is falling apart at the same time, and you don't even really recognize yourself anymore? There's a part of you that says or asks, why does this feel harder than it should? Why don't I move the way I used to? Why does my book, my business, my calling feel so much heavier lately? If this video found you, it didn't find you by accident. Because what you're experiencing, it might feel like failure, but it isn't. It's formation. I want to remind you you're not behind. You're not broken. You're becoming. And there's a name for this season that I've been referring to it, especially for my own life. It's caterpillar soup. And once you understand it, you'll stop panicking, you'll stop rushing, and you'll start trusting that something beautiful is forming inside of you. When I first told some of my friends that I felt like caterpillar soup, they looked at me like I was crazy. But hear me out, and you'll understand. By the way, if this is your very first time here, I'm Shana Danielle. I work with impact-driven authors who know they're called for more than just publishing a book, but lately feel like the ground beneath them keeps shifting. And I want you to know something before we go any further. From here on out, I'm not talking at you. I'm talking from the middle of this process myself. So if you're listening thinking, finally, someone put words to what I've been feeling, good. You're in the right place. Now let me show you what's actually happening. I want you to picture this with me, right? When you think about a caterpillar doesn't just come out and walk into a cocoon with a 5-step plan. It doesn't necessarily know how the wings will form. It just knows it can't stay where it is anymore. It's consumed, it's grew, and now it has to go into this cocoon type process. So it wraps itself in silence, stillness, solitude. And then this is the part nobody tells you. It dissolves. It dies to itself. The cells break down, the structure disappears, the identity of all it has known to be its whole life evaporates. There are no legs to stand on, no ground to grip, no old shape to rely on. Just messy soup. On the inside of this cocoon, the caterpillar actually liquefies. I know that thought that it went into the cocoon and some wings kind of grew and that was it. But no, it's messy, friend. It literally dies to itself and turns into a soupy mess. And if you could speak to the caterpillar in that moment, if it had awareness, it probably would say something like, OMG, something has gone terribly wrong. Because from inside the cocoon, the transformation feels like destruction. But what's actually happening is that it's being reassembled for altitude. Reassembled to go to new heights it never even imagined. And this season can be especially painful for impact-driven authors. Because impact-driven authors are builders, creators, communicators. You may be used to clarity, used to output, used to creation, used to finishing things. But caterpillar soup is a season where the words slow down. The strategy feels a little shaky. The confidence wobbles. The vision feels foggy. And you start questioning yourself instead of the season. Friend, I just want to remind you, you're not inconsistent. You're in incubation. You're not distracted. You're in development. You're not procrastinating. You're in preparation. And preparation doesn't always look productive because a lot of it happens behind the scenes. It happens in the dark. We are typically developed in the dark, in quietness, in solitude. so we can safely become a soupy mess. For me, this season didn't look like collapse. It looked like competence with confusion underneath. I was still showing up, still serving in all the places to all the people, still doing all the work. But the old formula stopped fitting. The way I used to push, my body resisted. The way I used to perform, my spirit pushed back. And I remember thinking, why does everything feel like it's dissolving after I've already gotten to a certain place? From kids' health challenges to parent life changes to home life changes to business changes, literally everything all at the same time. Everything, everywhere, all at once. And I realized this wasn't about doing more. This was literally about becoming different. Because God doesn't upgrade vessels without first emptying them. What I've learned on this journey is every caterpillar soup season carries 3 unavoidable D's. And if you don't understand them, you'll fight the very process that was meant to free you. So first, dismantling. What worked before stops working. Not because it was wrong, but because it was temporary. Old strategies, old systems, old definitions of success. They did their job, but they can't carry you forward. We have to go through the dismantling process, getting rid of everything that we thought that we knew, thought that worked. Discomfort. Growth stretches what's familiar. And discomfort doesn't mean danger. It means development. And this is where your nervous system says, go back. Wait. This isn't normal. Go back. Don't leave that place. Don't block that person. Don't set that boundary. But your calling says go deeper. So I've learned and continue to learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And delay. Because the wings take time. The wings don't just go onto an old body. The body of a butterfly isn't the same shape as the body of a caterpillar. So the body has to go and a new body has to be created. And then the wings take time. And even when the caterpillar comes out of the cocoon, it can't first fly. The wings are still wet. The wings have to dry. And so delay is not denial. Delay is design. God is not withholding. He's reinforcing. So when you finally fly, you don't fall. And here's where a lot of impact-driven authors panic. They confuse delay with denial, discomfort with disqualification, and dismantling with destruction. But dismantling is not destruction. It's design in progress. And because of this thing called free will that each and every human being has here in this 3D dimensional plane called Earth, that's where choice comes in. We get to choose. You can fight this season. You can become a faster caterpillar. Or you can learn to fly. You can choose that same story. You can choose that same struggle. Or you can surrender long enough to grow wings. Because a faster caterpillar still crawls, but a butterfly flies. So impact-driven author, hear me. There are opportunities you cannot crawl into. It'll be at heights you've never seen before. Bulk opportunities. Rooms where your book isn't sold one by one, but hundreds at a time. Along with the people that need you. They need your voice. They need the impact the purpose you were put here for. And those places require wings. They require perspective. The caterpillar's on the ground, crawling, only able to see what's below it, but a butterfly has a different vantage point, that different perspective, positioning, patience. You don't rush out the cocoon. Like a fruit, you ripen. So this is the season to stop asking, how do I sell another copy? And start asking, how do I position this message to serve beyond me? Because authors who grow wings stop thinking transactionally. They start thinking impactfully. They don't just ask who will buy my book. They ask, where does this belong? Who does this best serve? What are they going to take away from this? And this is where you, again, start to learn who your book truly serves, where the bulk buyers already exist, how to speak to decision makers, not just readers, and how to turn a message into a model. This is where crawling strategy gives way to flying systems. That's exactly why I created Bulk Sales Blueprint. Not for authors who want hype, but for authors who want height. Not for authors who want hype, authors who want height. Authors who are tired of selling one book at a time. Authors who know their message belongs in schools, organizations, churches, nonprofits. And right now, there may still be opportunity for you to join me in a 4-week live guided experience where I'll walk alongside you to apply this in real time. Not theory, not motivation, but movement. If you're watching this beyond the 4-week live guided experience, there's still an opportunity for you to gain a strategy that you need to start flying and stop crawling. If you're in a cocoon season, this isn't about rushing you. It's about readying you. So if right now you possibly feel dissolved instead of directed, quiet instead of confident, slower than you expected, friend, nothing's gone wrong. You're not behind schedule. You're not losing momentum. You're not failing the assignment. You're in a place where form is being replaced with function. Soup is not the end. It's the stage before the soar. And when you rise, you won't crawl back into rooms that require flight. You won't beg for doors that require wings. You will fly. So if this spoke to you, let me know in the comments right now. Are you in a caterpillar soup season? And if you're an author who knows your message is meant to move at scale, not one book at a time, but multiples, 10, 50, 20, hundreds at once, I've created something to help you prepare for that altitude. The Bulk Sales Blueprint was built for this exact season. And for some of you, there may still be a space for you to join me in a 4-week live guided experience where we apply this together. No rushing, no pressure, just preparation. Because this time we're not just publishing books. We're building wings. All right, friend, as we close out, don't eat and run. Please like the video. It just helps YouTube show this to more authors who need to see it. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new release. And hit that notification bell so that way you don't never miss your next step in evolving in an impact-driven author you were called to be. Lastly, if you know an author, they might be in that caterpillar soup season too. So send this to them. We ain't gotta gatekeep growth. We're all in this together. It's the great lock-in season. Lock in, friend.